Oh, baby, look at that. Just look at that. Fidelity has set a 49.5% return year to date in the public count so far this year. Can you imagine what it's going to be at the end of June? We're absolutely cremating the market, and it's not even close. Not even close. Getting back to what we always do, crush the market. You know, a lot of people in 2022 wanted to throw so much dirt on my name, wanted to spit on my gravestone and make fun of me, say I was an idiot. It's funny because in 2019, when I absolutely crushed it, you know what they said? He's lucky. In 2020, when I killed it, they said he's lucky. In 2021, when I made more money than I ever made from stocks, ever in history, they said he's lucky. And then 2022 comes along and they say, he's an idiot. He doesn't know anything. Look at him. He's doing horrible in the market. Look at all the money he's losing. What about before YouTube with all my success? Oh, he's lucky. So let me get this right. Whenever I do great, he's just lucky. And when I do bad, it's because he's an idiot. He doesn't know anything. This is what they did to me last year. They made fun of me day in and day out. They threw dirt on my name day in and day out. And what did it add up to? A whole lot of nothing! A whole lot of nothing! That's all it added up to. If we look at the top 6 stocks in the public account, the ones that move that account up or down big, okay? Guess what these stocks are doing versus the market? Let's go ahead and take a peek. Okay? Palantir, 150% up this year. Oh, it's just lucky. Tesla, 139% this year. Oh, he's just lucky. Meta, 117% this year. Oh, he's just lucky. Elf, 85% this year. Amazon, 47% this year. Corsair, 35% this year. The S&P 500, 14% gain this year. It's a good year for the S&P 500. But damn, it's getting crushed by me. It's getting obliterated into nothing. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, up 3% this year. And look at the stocks I'm riding. Just have a look at that, folks. Just have a look at that. You know, and here's the thing, okay? They could have let me just die in peace. It's what they should have done. They should have been real quiet. Here's the thing. There's certain individuals in this world that the best thing you can do is make fun of them when they're having hard troubles and talk trash to them and say those sorts of things. And there's other individuals that when they're doing bad, you keep your mouth shut. You don't say a damn word because they will absolutely wreck you. And last year, a lot of people got really big heads and wanted to cremate me. I'd been doing so good for so long, and that was their chance. And instead of just staying quiet and letting me rest in peace, they wanted to throw dirt on my name day after day after day and spit on my gravesite. And that's what they did day after day. What a mistake. What a damn mistake. If they would have just done a little research on me, okay? Here you are. You got this guy, okay, who grows up in a very poverty-stricken neighborhood where you get murdered for some J's, okay? And then when he's a teenager, they move to a middle-class neighborhood. He gets jobs, making minimum wage. And he gets into the stock market, does well for himself, gets a decent paying job, and he's a multimillionaire before he even turns 30. He already won. For an individual like that, it's very easy for them to get complacent. You don't want to give them any fuel for their fire. If you don't like that individual, if you hate that individual, you don't want to give them any fuel for their fire. Okay? The art of war. The worst thing you can do is make fun of them, talk trash about them all the time, and get them all fired up. Because damn it, now you just gave them a new side mission. They already won in life, and now you just gave them a new side mission. And when that individual has a certain level of talent that is far superior versus almost anybody else, you don't do that. Never mind when they're pushed and they got a work ethic that's far exceeding, and they have this work ethic that's been well documented, that's far exceeding anybody. When that individual outworked everybody in college, in track, when he outworked everybody in the workforce to get promotions, when he outworked everybody on YouTube and he's got 4 silver play buttons hanging up at his Vegas house, The Vegas house that the ceilings are so damn big, you can't see the top of them? You don't give that person fuel for the fire. They already won. Let them rest in peace. Let them fall apart. But then, instead of just keeping their mouth shut, they got to go around day after day after day, make fun of that person. Day after day after day. And they set that person's fuel up to the moon. And that person works to 3 a.m. every single night, night after night after night, making sure what happened in 2022 never, ever happens to them again. And they start killing the market once again. And the best part is, if there's ever a crash, they're going to make so much damn money, it's disgusting. That's what they did. They could have just let me go down, man. But they had to do it. And I never really understood why in music, so many huge musicians are always so thankful of the haters. I never really understood that. I never really got that. And then over the last couple of years, it really started to all make sense. And all the pieces started to come together. Because those are the individuals that push you to your biggest things you've ever done before. Tesla, my Tesla stock, is up like 12 straight sessions, folks. Stock is now up 131% this year. Absolutely extraordinary performance for a good old Tesla, my Tesla here. And, people are looking at this and like, what in the world? 12 straight sessions up, 131% gain year to date. Welcome to Tesla stock, folks. This is one of the most volatile mega cap stocks you're ever going to find in the market. 1 minute, you could be down 70% of the stock. The next moment, you could be up 131%. Things change quick, okay? Now, is it time to get out of Tesla stock? Okay, well, if you're a long-term holder, no. Absolutely not. I've sold most of my Tesla stock over time, and I can tell you I regret every share I ever sold of the stock because I should hold a whole lot more shares than what I hold here today, okay? In regards to Tesla, also, we have a lot going for ourselves that's looking pretty good, okay? If we're talking about CPI starts coming in the 2s over the next few months here, okay? Let's say we hit a 3 something here, and it's looking like a probability of, a very low 3 or high 2 next month, and then we talk about 2s later this summer, right? Then that's the moment the Fed can start considering lowering rates. Because then you're talking about a Fed funds rate of 5% plus, a CPI in the 2s, which is what the Fed wants. There's no reason to really keep rates that high in that sort of scenario, especially if you get any sort of economic weakness. So if CPI and 2 start coming, then the Fed's going to start considering lowering rates. If that happens, it's obviously very good for the market because you're going to be willing to pay much more for stocks if you're considering the Fed lowering rates, right? There's the way people do their DCF models. I can tell you there's a big difference between what you're going to value a stock at a 1% Fed funds rate versus a 5-something% Fed funds rate. Bottom line, right? And obviously, then people will start viewing it as the Fed doesn't need to keep raising rates anymore. We got this under control, right? That's good for the market, but that's also good for auto sales because then you could be talking about a situation where there's more confidence in the economy. Consumer confidence has been very, very low for, especially last year specifically. It's been improving a bit this year, but it's still relatively low. So if we can add that sort of scenario, I can tell you consumer confidence will start to come around, which obviously is something huge for auto sales because buying an automobile is usually the second biggest purchase a person makes other than their home, right? So, and also, obviously, you talk about interest rates in terms of what you're going to have to pay on that loan being less as well, which means you can afford more. So that's good. And if that's good for auto sales, it's good for Tesla. So here we are with Tesla. We got a lot of things going for ourselves. And so I can say it's probably the most exciting time to be in Tesla stock in terms of this year. It's probably the most exciting time to be in the stock since probably 2019. That was the last moment where we were coming off a really tough sledding with obviously ramping a Model 3. And then we kind of got through that. The profitability started to improve, margins started to improve, the feelings around the company and their future started to improve dramatically, and obviously it was up and from there, right? And so I say 2023 reminds me a lot of 2019, just different standpoints in regards to that, right?